Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, the 16th March, was a very busy day for President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I followed up the meeting that he had. He had two meetings. There was a meeting in State House, then there was another meeting in Kenyatta Market. So the meeting in State House was meeting with leaders. Then at Kenyatta Market, he was meeting with Wananchi. And when I captured, whatever was captured by the media, mostly was the Kenyatta Market. So yesterday, President Uhuru Kenyatta held a closed-door meeting with a host of Nairobi MCAs and the Nairobi County Assembly leadership. That was led by Abdi Guyo, who is the majority leader, then Majority Whip Paul Kudos, Karibangi MCA Robert Mbatia, and Kahawa MCA Joseph Komu. And that after that meeting, of course, the details of that meeting was never revealed, and I've also tried to check State House Facebook page. As of I had not seen the details of this meeting with Nairobi MCAs. Now, after the State House meeting, President Uhuru Kenyatta drove that team all the way to Burma Market, where now I think he likes Burma because that's where he goes to take tea. Now, the meeting with the MCAs was not shared by the State House Facebook page. Then they went to Burma. After Burma, they went there and just ate ugali. And you know, I think this is a place that the president really loves because of nyama there. But the nyama in Burma is very nice. Then after having a meal there, after having the nyama session there, they went and then he drove the team to Kenyatta Market. And at Kenyatta Market, he just interacted with the business community there. He also just addressed wananchi around there and addressed some issues on the market. I remember him talking about the installation of security lights there so that the business can be, I think the business can operate throughout on 24-hour basis. Now, I know the media captured, the mainstream media captured mostly on the impromptu visit, but in this video I'm going to refocus on what happened at State House. But before that, I just want to first give a brief analysis on the impromptu visit in the market. Why was the president making that visit? Now, that visit was significant to issues that are happening in the political space. Yesterday, remember, the William Ruto team were campaigning in Nairobi, and Raila Odinga is out of the country in UK. So I think what the president was only doing, just trying to campaign for Raila within Nairobi. And of course, even if you listen to the speech there, he was mentioning about how he's working with Raila Odinga and how they want the next government to continue these projects. So he was basically going to campaign for Raila Odinga, but that was to counter deputy president's inroads within Nairobi. And I have mentioned something. If there is a place where Raila is likely to get more votes than any other county in comparison to, apart from the other, let's talk of the swing areas, like Nairobi is a bit of a swing area, is Nairobi, because Raila have been getting more votes than even President Uhuru Kenyatta in this city. So the support of the president, I think the president is just going out there to make sure that there is still the limelight between him and the deputy president, William Ruto. Secondly, in that tour, that was the first public appearance he was making after what I can say as unfortunate, disrespectful rally in Thika Stadium last week. And we mentioned here that, of course, the rally that was in Thika Stadium last week, the rally that was attended by Kabogo, Moses Kuri, and the likes, and they actually took to the podium to insult President Uhuru Kenyatta and to abuse President Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't know for what reason. I don't really understand. And you know that the next day there was some protest in Kiambu, in Thika. they were protesting about the move by those leaders to abuse President Uhuru Kenyatta. I think they're just pitting hunger on Uhuru for not supporting William Ruto. And I don't think it's even genuine. They think that President, if that has been the script in central Kenya, all along they've been abusing Raila Odinga, and by abusing Raila Odinga, they create that antagonism and they ride on that euphoria. So I think with now Raila with Uhuru, now they have turned the guns on President Uhuru Kenyatta. So what Uhuru was doing was just coming out to respond to this team. And why is he responding? He's responding because he wants to win the conversation in the public court. You know, when he was abused because, according to them, he has done nothing to the Central Kenya and to the team. And I think that is also so selfish. They think Uhuru have not done to the Central Kenya. How about the rest of the country? So one thing that I really have to understand here is Uhuru wants that conversation to continue. And he is now telling them, look here, whatever you are doing, you are not campaigning, you are insulting me, rather you are abusing me and my family. And I think he just came out to respond to them. And so tomorrow, Friday, they will be in Gatundu and Kiambu. And actually they are going to, that team have planned to go and visit the president's hometown. We don't know. Are they going to continue with that slur? We are waiting for that. That was just a bit of why Uhuru was making that impromptu visit there. And I don't think it's anything very continuous. But again, I think the president wanted to have a feel with Nairobi residents, as in, what are people saying? How is the situation? You know, sometimes you just need to go and just meet people, know what are people saying, even though you cannot feel the ground, because the president cannot have a rebellion. But he chose to make it very casual because he just wanted to interact with the people as much as the people complain about the hard economic times that are prevailing. But again, he just wanted to have a feel of the people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to have a snippet of what he said in Kenyatta Market. Then after that, we shall now go to the real meeting that he held with the Nairobi MCAs, because I think that is the gist of that will be the center of this analysis. But first, listen to what he said in Kenyatta Market.
Na ile ambaye imebaki soko ya nje, tunataka serikali ambayo itakuja iweze iendelee ama namna gani? Tunasema wa matusi tumewaachia matusi sasa. Kwa sababu haja yetu sio matusi. Haja yetu ni tushirikiane na wananchi, tufanye yale ambayo yanatakikana, na ndio tumalize umaskini. Na tuhakikishe ya kwamba wananchi wanaishi kwa amani na umoja, na yale ambayo inafanyika ni ya kujenga, si ni kweli? Na ndipo mimi nikiungana na baba niseme tufanye
As we go to the next part, why did the president meet the MCAs? Before you look at that, if you're watching this video, kindly take a second and subscribe. Also click the notification bell and give this video a like. Just like this video so that it can also help us to increase. And you can also get to a comment section and tell us, what are your thoughts on the impromptu visit? Number one, President Uhuru Kenyatta was intercepting a move by the UDA team to bangle, or rather to whip Nairobi MCAs to join UDA. That has been the script. And if you see the deputy president rally that he was having in Nairobi, he did not have many MCAs, because the president had actually intercepted that plan. And what the president was meeting with this team, I think, was just trying to use the county assembly leadership, this leadership of county assembly, to make sure that, you know, he cannot meet all the Nairobi MCAs because it's going to bring a lot of attention. But by meeting this team, he had actually met, and he was trying to intercept, because the previous day, there was a very heightened political mobilization for the Nairobi MCAs to go and visit the Deputy President current residence. And I think if there is a count where the issue of MCA defection is not working out, it is in Nairobi. Because if Sonko was in active politics, maybe it would have worked for DP Ruto. But Anne Kananu is not really gelling with the MCAs. And again, Margaret Wanjiru is out of elective politics, does not have an elective position, so he's less influential. The Senator Sakaja ANC does not have very many MCAs in the city. So what Uhuru is doing, Uhuru is meeting these MCAs to tell these MCAs that, look here, you must not join the UDA, because there was that deliberate effort. And I think, according to my intel that I was getting, is that around 35 MCAs, Nairobi have 85, so around not 35, I think close to 40 were already being mobilized to make sure that they can join the UDA. But I think when it comes to Nairobi, the politics are not very usual as people might expect. So that is one of the reasons why Uhuru was meeting that team. Secondly, I think Uhuru is trying also to play a chess on Nairobi politics, because there are two issues that are emerging. Ngatia want to seek Nairobi gubernatorial seat with Jubilee, and there is also the emergence of Raphael Tuju. But again, Anne Kananu is also here. So the president is believed to have implored on subdued Anne Kananu to shelve her ambitions in favor of Ngatia. But then Kananu is adamant to take that and is willing, wants to go all direct to the ballot. And that is why during the Jacaranda event, there was some drama between Kananu and Ngatia team at the gate of Jacaranda. There was a bit of some altercation between the two teams, and it is believed that the president is fronting Ngatia, but Anne Kananu is very adamant, and Anne Kananu is saying, let them go to nomination. But I think the president is meeting these MCS to give them a direction on which way they are going to take. And to me, I also feel like it's all about to play the chess, Nairobi chess, to know who was going to be the Nairobi governor. That is the center of this. Now, thirdly, the meeting with the MCAs is also having politics on, is also some mobilization on Nairobi County Assembly. The budget by the NMS is passed by the Nairobi County Assembly. Yes, is not passed, but is approved by Nairobi County Assembly. So I think he's also getting on this team to make sure that he can implement them so that the process becomes seamless. But all these are also the prefix. This also is also sending a message to Kananu that, of course, I think this MCAs needs to be told how exactly the count is going to work, because people don't know, because NMS is it going to be disbanded or not? And that is why the Wednesday night, I want to believe that the tour that he was making in Nairobi CBD to just check the projects, maybe he was also with this MCS so that he can tell these MCAs what the NMS has done. So that is a bit of something that is also happening. But this meeting is also sending a signal to Kananu, because Kananu did not have a point person that means. If you look at Mbatia, Guyo, and the other gentleman, Paul Kados and Jomu, they are all on the side of Jubilee Party, and they are actually appointed by the Jubilee. So that would also be something that they are going to check. And the secret card I've told here is, I think they are going to threaten a bit of Anne Kananu if she's not going to sit ground for Ngatia, because Jubilee doesn't want to do nomination in Nairobi for the gubernatorial seat. They want to have negotiated democracy. If she's not going to sit ground, she might be impeached. And it may not see the light of the day, but it's a bit of threat here and there, because that is something that is happening. And Kananu was actually asked that instead she will just remain the deputy governor.